Hello, and welcoming you today to Wild Cafe, a channeling on the new Earth's new energetic states. Hopefully, this information is helpful for you and beneficial in your journey, and it gives you the tips that may help you in your evolutionary journey of ascension into the higher frequencies that are coming through into planet Earth as we all journey together in this process of awakening and remembrance of who we truly, really are as a collective and each one of us as individuals. So allow for the code language that may take place during this transmission to simply be received. But if you do feel that you resonate better with the English words, then just simply allow to receive the light code language and don't try to interpret it. It's not going to work if you try to analyze it with the analytical mind. So, this is something that is to be felt by the body, and it helps with the remembrance and the awakening of your truest, purest essence. Instead, I am welcoming you to the channel. If you haven't been here before, then welcome. And if you are following me, feel free to share any comments, questions, or messages so that I can better assist you in your path. And without further ado, here's the channeling. The Arcturians and the Plaeidians are coming through, and they wish for us to know that there is an important transformation that is happening in planet Earth. We are being watched, we are being monitored by other species in other realms, just because the process of ascension of planet Earth is so very beneficial and important for the collective. And in replicating our model, they are also learning about their own evolutionary journeys and their own intents and agendas. There has been much confusion with regards to the agenda to follow. There are the dark forces and dark entities that are still and once again very profusely interfering with the highest collective's agenda. And this is so because their intent, their motivation is really that of bringing us down. They do not want us humanoids to ascend. They do not want any other species to ascend simply because it is not beneficial for them. Because in losing power and control, they lose the ability to be in existence with who they really are, which is a species or entity that takes from others in order to feed itself. And because this process of ascension, what it's doing is ultimately ascending everyone into the highest version, this sovereign choice that takes place within each individual does not allow for control to take place anymore. And hence why these darker agendas are pulling all their tricks at this point in time very profusely and very aggressively, violently. You may have seen or noticed experiences such as the tremendous changes in weathers. They are polluting our atmospheres and they are creating thunderstorms which are genetically modified in order to interfere with the highest possible vibration that any humanoid can achieve. So do not fret because help is on the way. We Arcturians, we Plaeidians, and the Sirians, there are so many species in the different galaxies that are coming into planet Earth through the spiritual realms. to give assistance to those humanoids that have decided to help in the process of ascension, of remembrance, of awakening. Why? Because it is very important that these individuals keep themselves in the leadership so as to pave the way and show the way to those who are yet to remember and to awaken. We are all, as a collective, we cannot separate ourselves from the oneness that we all are. And hence, when one individual is not acting according to the wholeness, to the plan of the divine right, then it puts us all off quilt. So even though you don't feel you are important, your imprint, the imprint you are living on Earth, is extremely important and paramount, not only for your civilization, but for others to come and for other species in other timelines. So we would like to assure you that the work you are doing, if you are one of the bringers of the change, which probably you are if you are listening to this recording, that you're doing a phenomenal amount of work, you're doing a phenomenal job, and the rewards are coming. We repeat, the rewards are coming, the rewards are coming. The rewards are coming because simply you deserve it, because when you are in this higher vibration, then that's what you attract. There's no more space for other lower vibrational frequencies to coexist in your field. There is only the enactment of experiences that are in accordance with your own deserving of goodness, kindness, love. And this is once you empower yourself in your own sovereign choice. One very, very important thing that is taking place at this very point in time in planet Earth is the ascension, the rising of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. What is happening is that there has been such an out of balance experience between the polarities of the masculine and the feminine, the day and the light, the darkness and the light, within centuries, that now we are reprogramming the brain in order to coexist and assist with this liberation of pheromones, of endorphins, and of other chemicals that are necessary in the brain and in the human process in order to process all the information that is being transmitted in frequencies and light codes, so as to achieve this process of awakening, remembrance of the divine unity that we all are. And part of it is the remembrance of the divine unity of the masculine and the feminine within ourselves, and hence the reflection and attraction in external relationships as a mirror. So the patriarchal system is being debunked, which means that there is a lot of suffering and pain taking place both within the masculine and the feminine. Now, we need to remind you that we do not see the world from this view of polarity of the masculine and the feminine, of the differences between the man and woman, the male and the female. We actually see everything as one. But for you to better understand this process that is taking place to resolve within yourself and achieve a higher awareness of what is happening both at a collective level and in your own personal reality, we would like to talk in terms of masculine, feminine, and man, woman. The idea that we are androgynous is really the principle from where we are coming from, of that divine unity within ourselves. So we do understand your reality, though, of the separation into genders, sexes, and the masculine and feminine energy, because we are ascending into a divine union. The patriarchal, but also the matriarchal system that were coexisting from a lower vibrational level, meaning from the ego, is being debunked. What this means is that it is taking place a power struggle, and those who are still in the ego and still attaching and not wanting to let go of this patriarchal system and matriarchal wounding are creating more havoc for humanity, because they are not allowing the internal flow of the divinity to also be expressed outwardly. And they have been in this mode of control for such a long time that this is the only thing they know. So these humanoids that are putting pressure on you, I am sure, we are sure that you know within your own personal life those individuals who are still based in the ego, who are in separation, in lack, in fear, and are trying to bring you down. Some of you call it narcissism, narcissistic abuse, narcissistic traits. These are simply imprints of a lower vibrational frequency that is attached to an egoic identity that is wanting to destroy and harm those who are against it. And the divinity, the divine union that takes place within and then in outer relationships is but a mere reflection of an enemy to these individuals that are in their narcissistic traits. And so you probably might be already feeling the problems and challenges that this is creating in your own sphere. You might have had this in the past, but now this is coming up in awareness. And so you are able to handle the situation much better. You are able to choose whether you want to fight, flight, or freeze based on your own accordance, based on your own sovereign choice, rather than being enmeshed in the fear that was transmitted to you from generation to generation at a cellular level. These, the coming up of the fear into the superficial levels of your body, of your humanoid system, is there in order to create a sense of evolutionary process, so that you can awaken, to the truth, and so that you can re-empower yourself in order to claim your sovereign choice. And in this divinity, you can rise and you can allow yourself to be. So those, as we say, individuals who are still fighting for their life, who are clinging to the ego, to the narcissistic traits, are not allowing you and the collective to rise. They are pushing you down because they do not consent to get out of the rat race. They still want to be able to control others and to insert their own power, because they are basing their reality in power struggle and control. If you have any of these individuals in your life, it is best to let them go. It is best to, with awareness, detach from them. And no matter how many conversations you have with them, these individuals are not willing to do the task in hand. They are not willing to pay the price that has to be paid in order to transcend and ascend. They go into a high vibrational frequency, which means that no matter how many conversations you have with these individuals, it is not going to take you anywhere. It is only going to bring you down and deter you from the path. You have done this before. We have been watching and monitoring how individuals who have their own sovereign choice and who are extremely powerful in that sovereign divinity have been allowing themselves to lower their vibration because they were scared and they were being manipulated and operating from a state of fear. You no longer have to do this, simply because the system is being reprogrammed with the higher frequencies, the light languages, and the technology that is being incorporated into the frequency of planet Earth. We are allowing you to transform and reprogram your cellular level and helping you in the process of transforming your own subconscious mind in order to allow you to ascend into higher vibrations so that you can find your own divine within. As we say, these individuals who are not wanting to do that, still stuck in their ego, are not allowing for the collective to move on simply because they do not want to. And so why choose to stay stuck with them if you can ascend and just follow your own divinity, your own flow, your own path, which you will know. You definitely have the ability now to discern what is light and what feels like it's flowing, what feels like it's in a light vibration for you, in an easy flow, and what is creating a lot of damage, what is bringing you down, pushing you down. So why continue to interact with those of the lower vibrations that are simply yet to understand that which is taking place in planet Earth? And some of these individuals are very, very wise and intelligent. They are old souls that came here to planet Earth in different timelines. So this has become actually their greatest challenge, because they are not able to control their minds, which means that their minds control them, which means they are stuck in the ego, they are stuck in the paradigms of narcissism, of self-defense, of criticizing, of blaming, pointing the finger, of not allowing others to be themselves because they do not see themselves. No matter how spiritual these beings are and how much awareness they seem to have, or how powerful they are in the spiritual realms, if they have not yet controlled their hearts and their heartstrings and the ability to put into practice the innocence of their purest beings into this reality, then they are still not participating in the plan or project of planet Earth, of new Earth, and hence they will stay stuck and remain in the old paradigm. So whether you are at a very low level of awareness and ascension, or whether you are very spiritually advanced but you are not using your gifts for the greatest gift of humanity, which is that of serving others, serving the world while serving yourself as the own divinity that you are, then you are both in the same bucket. You are still in the old paradigm of reality whilst trying to and not allowing others who are ascending into the higher vibrations to step up. If you find that you resonate with this message, if you find that you feel you are a leader of the new earth, of the new paradigm of society, because you feel within that you have the codings that are necessary for the awakening of planet Earth, if you have the gifts to help other people, charge the money, put the price up, do the inner work, keep cleansing, keep putting your barriers of protection, your love and light, your prayers, your meditation, your breath work, keep doing the asanas, keep doing the postures, the poses, the massages, the healings, the connectedness, keep praying to the divine to help keep you on track in this path of the divinity, because the more you go off track from the path of the divinity, the more you are helping the other agenda to not allow the collective to transcend and ascend. So as much as you can keep yourself away from these individuals who are choosing not to ascend, who are choosing to blame and to project rather than to work within themselves in order to clear the blockages that are not allowing them to feel these higher vibrations, the better for yourself, the better for the path, and the better for the enlightenment of the whole collective. So you have a very important task here. Have fun, go and have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun. This is your invitation, your reminder that the only thing you have to do here on planet Earth is to have fun. The more you have fun, the more you activate and you integrate the neural pathways of liberation, liberty, freedom, joy, peace, awareness, and within those lighter code vibrations, you allow the intelligence of the of the higher intelligence to come through. We are speaking to you as higher evolved beings in other realms, and we are allowing you to integrate these messages that are coming through as bullets. They are very powerful, and even if you don't grasp the whole meaning behind all of the words that are being said, there is a coding that is underlying the messages that are being transmitted for you to remember at a cellular level who you are, for you to remember that there is no need to suffer, there is no need to go through any more pain. You have done the work and you are allowing yourself to simply be. You are allowing the greatest, highest essence of who you are to reside within and to flow so that others in this humanoid collective can also follow or see the light of your path. Now, in saying this, we acknowledge that this task can be challenging. We are watching you, we are monitoring you, and you can always call on us for help and assistance. Most of you are already doing that, and we are giving you the guidance so that you can temper your mind and allow it to work in unison with those higher vibrations so that you can quantum leap and you can keep yourself in the higher vibration no matter what is happening in the external world, which is trying to put us down. They are trying to put the whole universe down. The dark agendas, the dark entities are real. They are trying to put everything down because they do not want to let go of the control that they have had for billions of years. And hence, in this evolution, your task is simply to have fun. How easy and how hard is this for you? Remind yourself when you come here as a kid, the only task you have is that of having fun. Why did you, in your process of evolution as an adult, change that? And now, in saying all of this, we have already transmitted the message that was important for this part of the pathway. If you haven't gotten what the main message is, as a review, we would like to say that simply in this part of the evolutionary process, what you are experiencing is the dichotomy, the extreme polarity between the ego and the divine. And those who are choosing the divine are being led into one path. Those who are choosing the ego are still trying to work with the darker agendas, whether they do it consciously or they don't. But they are working with those entities that the higher vibrations cannot coexist with. And hence your responsibility and your task now is to keep clearing those lower vibrations, those darker entities that may be attached to you, to your spaces, or to others, so that it becomes easier for you to remember. And in that remembrance, the more you can tune into your light, the more the light spreads, and the easier it is for God to begin its work. Not that it hasn't begun yet, but it is easier for it to keep expanding in this process of expansion and evolutionary awareness. So when you are concerned or too focused on very big external events, such as, for example, the controlling of the weather by the darker agendas, you are not allowing yourself to tap into the divinity. You are still in the process of distraction, pointing the finger at everyone else instead of doing the inner work of inner alignment. And if you can accept that there are things that you cannot control, such as what the darker agenda and entities are doing at a massive level, but you can control your inner world and you can control how you affect your little bubble. If we allow many more bubbles to keep expanding their light, this is how we win the darker agendas. Now, we are not trying to say that this is not challenging, but we are just trying to guide you into a focus point of working within so that you can keep your vibration up no matter what is happening in the external world. Let's call it weather changes, let's call it narcissism and narcissistic traits, which are trying to push people down through control, through squashing the light in people. Those are only external elements that cannot be controlled, but the only thing you can control is your own internal vibration so that you stand up and you stand high. And the more we can do this and the more individuals who can do this, the more we are united. Now, the second part of the transmission, the second important message was that of the debunking of the patriarchal system and the matriarchal wounding that were in this society as an ego. And we are introducing the divinity into the collective, which means that once again, those who are in the darkness, those who are in misinformation, in old paradigms and patterns of separation, lack, and fear, are not willing to cooperate with the expansion, and ascension into the higher vibrations of the matriarchal and patriarchal systems in a divine unity. This means that the collaboration of the darker energies, of the darker forces, is becoming more extreme, more violent, more aggressive, and you will be feeling this at an internal level through psychic attacks, at an external level also through maybe verbal manipulation and tight control from other individuals in your own bubble, and in the macro system through the darker agendas that are still being played in places and organizations such as the government, that is strictly trying to put their control firm into place with putting more and more norms, more and more control, so that people are squished. We are hoping that you have received the transmission, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. We are more than glad to transmit through this vessel, and we are allowing some space for you to also comment if you need to, so that you can receive clarity. And now we will proceed to some short minutes of light code language, so that the integration of the patriarchal system and the matriarchal system can take place within you in the imprint of the divinity, releasing those patterns of the paradigms in the ego that no longer serve you. If you would like to take a few deep breaths in and close your eyes to receive the transmission. Otherwise, bless you, we thank you, and we shall see you next time. Tiedän takia soijana takia takia rotokoe na takia seira takia tikiana takia pe rotokoto soijana tokonne no tokora takia rokoto Sitten koroijana tokia matai era no kia tokoja seira na kakia taron tokora tokoja seira pakia tokoja na teia na tokoja seira takia na toira hoja kuana to Ennaua keia takia rotokoja peira takia soijana takia na toia taina hia takia so tokoina takia ro En toko yara kiti ye yo no toko yara take yes so toko yara take toko yara kaka yes so you know pe yara toko na fuku ara te yu do tu na ka yara to en toko ro ku yara take yo no toke yes sa yara take ye ti yo yara to ara take yara esa ya kada yana toko ai yo toko Iti ne yete ke yeso na ko yeto ya na ke yeso yo na ko na tai en no ko to ira ke yo to ko so yo to ko ya na ta ke e ti yo ro to ko e o pa ta to ko to ko ta na to wa do tu wa ta ke ya na to ko ye ro so yo na to ko ya ra ta ki ye ro to ko ro no to ko e ti ki yo ro to ko no to po ya na ta ke ya so yo ro to ke ya ro tu ya to ke ye te En no tocco yoro yatio, what tocco yoro, yanataki, yetaki, yo, sayanataki, yotoki, to, yaranoku, natoku, etaki yarro, toko, rono, kotake, so yoroko toko, yarataki, yatoki yara, toko, yaratoku, natiki, si yaratoki, yotoko, yaratoku. Engo tokuru, tokata no koera toko yeso yoro teki, toko yeso yoro toko, take, take yoro toko so yoro no ko, toko, tia, kotoko te pi, asaki te koto ena tia toko. En toko rot kiara toko so yoro to te, yete ke, yetoko era toko yana take yase, yetoko yeti pi, ayoto tia, toto. En toko pi, toko se yara take natako yera ta, etoko yera tia. Pikka joutako iana si joutako joutako iana teki iana toko iassa joutako tone ja toko iana toko kulttuuri jätkä iara iana taka. It is important to notice there is a choice point now. Either you are in the path of ascension or of descension. Nothing matters in this world, but it can affect the way that you perceive and live this reality. There is a imminent separation between the new earth and the old earth. The choice is up to every individual to make. We cannot make that choice for anyone. Only every individual, it is up to themselves to make the desired choice. What choice do you make? What choice do you make? What choice do you make? And once you have made the choice, you can then live in peace. Ja nattoki rattua ja ratti ja natokossi ratokunnattu ja rarra takki ratokussu ja natokoti ja taku ja natokis. Ja tukko ja nataki tio watai ja takorra ja natokissi tutto. En no tokko ja rati ja tokko ja rajan ente ja tekki tio ja nataki tio ja lotte ja na tokko ja ratasso ja ratake tia to ja te ja tokko tokko sa ja rataka te kyo toki ja take. Enno tokko soro tukkuara taffa takate no tukkura takessa ton tokke ara tukussu ja ratoko ja natko ja se ja takassa fatto re no takata kiwa tokko. Netteke arrajana tehe siirto kuarrajana kuottake attajana tesso yartoku. We thank you for allowing us to do the transmission. We thank you for listening to us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We shall be able to answer you. Love and blessings. Take care.